Today's our first full day in Banos.
Banos.
And a lot of people are like going ziplining and canyoneering and stuff, but we just decided that it's such a cool town that we just want to walk around. We're going to go to the hot springs, which is what the town is named for, and then go get some coffee, and then horseback riding, and maybe a hike later. And hopefully at lunch we'll get to try some local fruits, because there's a bunch of fruits that are grown in the Amazon that they bring in because we're so close to the jungle here that you really can't get at other places. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. All right, to the hot springs. Alright, so we came out of the hotel and we're going to make our right and go down 6 blocks to get to the hot springs.
Let's go on the sidewalk.
Go on the sidewalk, okay. Don't get hit by a car while you're walking around the town. Alright, keep going. I'm getting closer to the waterfall. I guess that's a good sign. We made it to the hot springs. I'm in the changing room. We have to put on these like bath cap things, and it's the most amazing scenery. I hope I'm going to be able to get some footage. I don't know, it's going to be a little bit tricky.
Highly recommend this place. $3 gets you in for the day, and the locals are super friendly.
Yeah, everybody's been like pointing us in the right direction because we didn't really know where to go, or like you have to shower before you go in the hot springs, and then there's like a hot pool, and then like a kind of hot pool, and then I guess the other one is like a cold part where the waterfall comes off the mountain, and we had no idea what we were doing, and everybody was like pointing and telling us what to do.
It's just like going to the gym. You can give your stuff, you get a wrist thing for your locker.
Yeah.
And then you go take a little shower, just rinse off, and then jump in.
But it's great. I could hang out here all day.
Yeah. $3 for one person. That's for the cap too. $1 for the cap. $2 to get in.
Yeah, they tell you to like go into the cold water after you get out of here. Yeah. I think part of it is they enjoy us like.
feeding the cold water to the hot springs. It's really cool how they set this all up. I guess I saw a woman washing her clothes in this. I guess it's part of it.
So there are the baths that we were just in. The first one right over here is the really hot one, and then that bigger one next to it is like, I don't know, like warm, but it's like the perfect temperature. It's great. And then all the way in the back there, where the little waterfall is, that's like the cold pool, so that's the water that's coming out of the waterfall over here. And then there's the showers right over here that when you get out of the hot water, you go in there. And I think the locals found it really entertaining to just watch us get out of the hot water and then go into the freezing cold water because they were laughing at us. And then there's a staircase around the side where we can come over and check out the waterfall. After leaving the hot springs, we walked toward the center of the town to the little garden, and as we walked around the square, we noticed a lot of kids who were getting out of school were stopping at this food cart, and they were getting these little bags of food, and we weren't sure what was in them, but we were kind of ready for a snack, so Patrick bravely walked over and got the bag of mystery food. It was $1.50 for this bag of food, and whatever was in it, it was really tasty. One of the ingredients was this fried corn that we had in several dishes during our time in Ecuador. It's a very interesting topping to different food. We're going to the market, and Angie's going to show us a bunch of like local fruits that we can try that come down from the Amazon.
Back here again, aren't you? And more potato?
We ordered lunch like a local, and then Angie started to cut up all of these interesting fruits that I had never seen or heard of before.
Have you heard it? But it's very, very sweet. So you guys...
It's like melony. Yeah.
Like cantaloupe or muskmelon. Yeah.
That's very sweet as well. Texture might get me on my fingers.
A cross between pomegranate and watermelon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good with taste.
It's like a banana, but it's like the same. Faster fruit inside.
Oh yeah, it is sour. The seeds are really strong.
In the jungle, we're going to see something similar. I saw some. It has only seeds in the middle, and we use it just to paint. You can try, but this is very, very sour.
It's not green. I thought it was going to be green.
Tart.
Yeah. That's the only way how we can eat it.
Very tart.
This one is called a tree tomato. It's something that we got to eat several times when we were in Ecuador, and it's a very tasty, unusual flavor that I wish we could actually get in the US because it's something that I would definitely want to eat again. After our interesting lunch, we headed over to the ranch to get ready for our horseback riding trip. Which one is mine? It's the cranky one. We survived. It was the most intense horseback riding on a trip I've ever done.
I got raspberries a little bit.
Yeah? Yeah. Oh, Poppy. Hello, Poppy. Oh. Pet me?
Or feed me.
Yeah, probably feed me, but we don't have any food. Oh. Oh.
She was.
Trying to make this as still as possible. I know. Oh, like I'm shooting?
Yeah.
It helps.
Yeah.
A little bit.
It doesn't feel stable.
Yeah. Yeah. No audio on this one.
Today was a really great day on the trip. It was our full day in Banos. We went and walked down to the hot springs, the baths. The stupid thing that we did was not even thinking this morning. I put sunscreen on my face and everywhere that was showing. And then when you get there, you go into the changing rooms and you put your swimsuit on. So we are both sunburned in like a ring around our shoulders because you're up in the water to about here. And then this part had sunscreen on it. So we are like burnt to a crisp right around our upper back and shoulders just from kind of sitting in the water. So that's starting to get a little bit painful right now, and I feel like it was just so stupid on our part for not thinking about putting sunscreen on. But I think we were also there longer than we were expecting. Like we thought it was just going to be a quick thing, like we dip and then we come out, but we enjoyed it so much, and the scenery was so beautiful. I mean, you're in the hot springs and there's the mountains everywhere all around you, the waterfall behind you, and the clouds were starting to move in, and then it started to rain, which felt really good when you were in the hot water. But yeah, we really didn't think we were going to be there that long, so the sun really got us pretty good. At least it's just a small area though. Could have been worse. Yeah. A lot of the locals would come over to us and ask us if we spoke Spanish. I'm sure they wanted to know like what we were doing there, why we were there. But they were very friendly. It wasn't like they were unhappy that we were there. They were just like kind of laughing and having fun with us going into the cold water after we were in the hot part. I think that was their entertainment, which is kind of funny. I've done horseback riding before on trips, but this was definitely a little bit more adventurous. Like it wasn't just one horse following the horse in front of them down the trail. We were kind of spread out a little bit, and then they would make the horse like canter, and then at one point my horse was mad that he was like separated from his girlfriend apparently and took off on a full gallop, and I had to like hold on for dear life so that I didn't fall off the horse. And then my horse was like the troublemaker, so he started biting the other horses and trying to start fights. So sketchy being on the horse, and then my horse being like a maniac. I was trying to keep him away from the other horses so he didn't start fights. And then the trail that we were on went into the valley. It like zigzagged up through the mountain into the valley that was actually behind the swing that we were on the other day. But it was like the trail and then a cliff, and it was like turning and turning and going up. So I had the camera in my pocket in my raincoat, but I didn't even feel comfortable enough to take it out and take video for more than a few seconds because I was like holding on to that horse so tight.
And we got to try the mineral water coming out from the volcano, which tasted like
You said like Perrier,
yeah,
like spring water.
it was good. It really did.
I didn't drink it.
I gave it a shot. It was
I
alright.
wasn't brave enough.
We'll see.
We'll
Didn't
see how
start
it
your
feels
pennant.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
And now we're just packing because in the morning we have another bus ride. So we're going to be getting the bus at the bus station where we got dropped off here in Banos. And we're going to be going 3.5 hours, so it's almost as long as the last one, into the jungle. So we're going over east, and then we're going to do the homestay tomorrow.